Stay tuned because you know Reec is going to have one of your favorite stars with him today.
Stay tuned.
Thursday, baby, almost the weekend. You locked in to Reec Radio, Reec Show Live, and of course we are broadcasting from Media Campus West, just outside west side of Atlanta. Hey, man, we got a very special guest today. You heard that sound. This brother here has been saving lives. He found a way to get out of his own way, and now he's helping others do the same. And you know, sometimes we skeptical when it comes down to stuff like this, but we're going to let him talk about what he's doing to help people, help the community, and help people win in life and in business. Right now, we got Paul Thomas in the building live on Reec Radio. What's up, my guy?
Hey, what's up, man? Thank you for having me, man.
Absolutely. Let's talk a little bit about your story, man, because you got celebrity clients, you got the business clients that are making strides and doing things they have never done before getting with you, but you do it through hypnotherapy. And we kind of talked a little bit offline about hypnotherapy, but man, this is something that, you know, we usually kind of skeptical about. Like, I've seen it in the movies and cartoons, and all I know is you are getting sleepy. So kind of tell me a little bit about hypnotherapy.
So first thing, that's how most people see hypnotherapy. We either see it in the movies on some scary stuff, or we see it at like carnivals or stage shows. So it's nothing like what we expect it to be. All I'm doing is helping you access parts of your mind that you don't usually tap into. Like, for example, your subconscious mind controls 95% of everything you do, which means you're only controlling like 5% of what you do. So everything from traumas to addictions to anxiety, anything that is negatively influencing you is stored in your subconscious mind. So I just walk you through it, help you access that part of your mind, and then I replace it with something positive.
So and looking at it from the outside looking in, it's almost like you're unlocking different parts of our brain that we could use. So it's something that's actually driving us on autopilot that we don't even realize is happening?
Yes. So your subconscious mind is the mind that takes over and keep you safe that you don't usually tap into. Like, for example, when you driving and you've been somewhere all the time, so you don't even think about that place, and you look up and you all of a sudden you did.
Yeah.
That's your subconscious mind. That's your autopilot. And most people don't know how to tap into that. So that's where I come in and I teach them the techniques. Because my goal is I want you to be able to do this by yourself. I don't want you to keep coming to me.
Yeah.
So I give people the tools they need to tap into that part of their mind and heal themselves.
Man, that's awesome right there. Right now, we're with Paul Thomas, certified hypnotherapist. He's kind of explaining unlocking the mind in different ways. I read in different places that we, like you just said, we only use a very, very small percentage of our brain. As you go through your, your exercises and helping people get to the next level, are you actually able to access more parts of your brain that you haven't been using?
Yes, you actually are able to access more parts of your brain because your subconscious mind is controlled in a different part of your brain, and you enter a different brain wave. So there's the theta, the delta, and the beta. So the active mind, when you're in the morning making conscious decisions, that's a certain brain wave. I got to take you to the next level and help you tap into that frequency. Once you're in that frequency, you pretty much have control of your entire body, your entire self.
Okay. How did you get into this? I know I read a little bit about you and I see some things, and you come from a traumatic past. And sometimes we can't get past those pasts to get to a better today. You know what I'm saying? So how were you able to tap into these different frequencies?
Man, my path to hypnosis was extremely random and traumatic. So just giving a little background about me, I've been suffering through anxiety. I've been through abuse. I've been through child abuse. I've been verbal, physical, sexual abuse, any type of abuse you can think of. And the year before I discovered hypnosis, I was actually attempted suicide and ended up in a mental hospital for a couple of days. So in that mental hospital, I had to really think, and I was looking around and seeing that a lot of people struggling with these mental illnesses, majority of the problems stem back from childhood and childhood traumas. And when I thought back at all the times I was helping out my mentors who were business people, I was the one they always vibed to. I was the one always affected. And it seems like I always see the same pattern. Childhood trauma was affecting those lives. So in my state of ADHD, I ended up using marijuana. I don't say addiction, but I couldn't stop smoking marijuana. I couldn't stop psychedelics because I was trying to figure out what was going on with me. They diagnosed me with anxiety, depression, PTSD, and I was trying to figure out what was going on. I was always fascinated with mine. So one day I was actually scrolling through on YouTube and I found a random post of hypnosis.
Yeah.
I thought, oh man, there's some voodoo stuff.
right. Y'all tricking people. What's going on? Yeah.
So I'm seeing people falling asleep in the streets and they look like they controlling us. So I'm looking close like this gotta be fake. Ain't no way these people are just randomly falling in the streets. And then I thought, okay, I'll move on through there's some voodoo stuff too. There's some white people stuff, man. Black people don't do this.
Right.
Until I saw my mentor. He was actually he's actually known for doing hypnosis. He's big on Facebook, he's big on YouTube. He actually travels to the United States doing stage hypnosis. So I went to one of his trainings because he certified people. He went to school for it. He certified me. And it was in that certification training where I actually got hypnotized for the first time.
Okay. So yeah, that's what I always wondered about. I see people with snap and they be like, so I was always like, is that real? Because I was like, man, that can't be real. They got to be tricking folks, got to be paid off or something. But it's actually something that really happens.
Yeah, that's really happened. And I was skeptical too. So I was sitting down in my mentor's session. He was hypnotizing somebody who had a crack addiction. And he was hypnotizing him to stop smoking crack. And next thing you know, he was going through the process. I just found myself following his control. So he said, put your feet together. I subconsciously put my feet together. He said, you're getting sleepy. Take deep breaths. Next thing you know, I'm huffing and puffing. And dude said, sleep. I was out cold.
Did you realize it as it was happening, or did you catch on like after you woke back up? You was like, wow, I was doing everything, every single thing.
I got on after I woke back up. But the problem is you're not actually sleeping. That's just a word we say. So you just enter this deep meditative state. You're fully aware of what's going on around you. I could hear everything he was saying. If he asked me a question, I was actually able to respond. But yeah, you're in this deep meditative state, and in that state, you're extremely suggestible. So if you just give you suggestions and you take it in.
Okay, this is good info right here, man. I always wondered what that was like, if you actually sleep or if you just like kind of like you're present but you're not there.
Yeah, it's like that in between state right before you wake up, where you're still kind of sleeping but you're not all the way there yet. You're still aware of what's going on.
That was me in class for a few years.
Man, that was me.
I get it. So right now, man, we're talking to certified hypnosis Paul Thomas. He's kind of giving us his journey as he get through it. So you're being suggested different things while you're in this state. So how does this suggestion work? Because I feel like somebody could take advantage of that situation too.
Oh yeah, a lot of people are afraid of that, and that's something I actually have to let them know that I can't make you do anything that you don't want to do. It's not mind control. Okay. So how it is, you got the critical faculty in your mind. That's the gateway to your subconscious. So what we're doing is we're using special language patterns to bypass that, get past that. Think your critical faculty as your security guard. He only allows safe things into your home. He's not going to allow just anybody to come in your home. So once I talk to your security guard and let him know, like, yo, I'm here to help you, it's safe, he lets me in. And then once I get in and you trust me, I'll say, hey, Reec, you seem hungry, you should eat. Now, if you actually are hungry, you'll go eat. But if you're not hungry, you're like, no, I'm not hungry, I ain't going to eat. So
I got you.
In this terms, I can't control you. I can't make you do anything that you wouldn't normally do. But if you truly want to heal and you truly want the process, then you're subconsciously going to follow it because you know that it's something safe and it's something that's going to benefit you.
I got you, man. Right now, Reec Radio Live, we with Paul Thomas, certified hypnotherapist. We're kind of chopping it up a little bit. Now, you're saying that you can kind of go into somebody's mind. I'm going to speak for very layman's terms right now. You kind of go into somebody's mind and talk to the person that's right behind that door, right? That person spiritually, but not physically. You know what I mean? Like you're talking to their subconscious. And you just said, hey, I tell you, hey, you look hungry, eat. But if I'm not hungry, I can eat. But how does a person that's battling something like a crack addiction or alcoholism or something like that, how do you talk to that person?
So first I go back to what started. I realized during my sessions that whatever people come to me for is never the real reason. If you come to me for a crack addiction, it's never truly about the drug itself. It's what made you start taking that drug in the first place. So I go back to when they first started smoking crack. Like, for example, a lot of people were abused and they never took care of it. So now they're taking drugs to cope for it. So I said, okay, we're going to put this drug addiction to the side and we're going to get to the root cause. The drug addiction is just a side effect. You being abused and not taking care of it, that's what's really causing this. So I'm going to focus on that. And once I focus and help you heal and come to terms with the abuse, the drug addiction goes away.
That makes sense. It sounds like sometimes that security guard you were talking about would be the same thing that keeps people from really talking about their problems in the first place, or the root of their problems, or maybe it was just too traumatic or too hurtful to really talk about. So if they're in that trance, are they more willing to give up some information that can help them?
That all depends on whether or not I build good enough rapport. It's all about trust. Like I said, I can't control you. So if I didn't build enough trust for you and you don't trust me, like that security guard gonna come in like, yo, this guy look kind of sketchy, man. We gotta kick this guy out of the club. But if you trust me and you know I'm here just chilling, mind my business, trying to help you, you're gonna let me in and you're gonna follow what I say.
I got you, man. I definitely got you. I appreciate you kind of sharing that with us. And you said yourself you were following the steps of your mentor, the person that helped you get certified. What was going through your mind when you came out of that trance and you like, wow, this stuff might actually work?
When I came out of that trance, I was like, wow, one, that's nothing how I imagine hypnosis. I
Okay.
was super relaxed. I had all types of energy, but I was able to hear exactly what he was saying, and I was able to see what I went through in the past at the same time. So it felt almost like an out of body experience. Like
Yeah.
I'm here physically, but my mind is somewhere else focusing on what I've been through. I'm replaying everything I've been through that hurt me in the past. But when I see it, I'm looking at it from a point of no judgment, and I'm able to release whatever locked emotions got stored there.
Got you. Got you. And I can imagine once you saw how beneficial that was to yourself, you like, I gotta help other people this way.
Oh yes, definitely. Because one, like I said, I was struggling with doing psychedelics, smoking weed, and I'm not necessarily against those, but I was doing it to a point where I couldn't control it, and I knew I didn't want to do it anymore, but I couldn't stop. So
I
after
understand.
that, after the session, it made me really go back to why I started in the first place, and it was based off me dealing with my trauma. I'm trying to escape, and I'm trying to go deeper and figure out what's wrong with me. So
Yeah.
once I came to terms with those traumas, it's been over a year going on two. I haven't smoked weed. It's been 2 years going on three. I haven't did any form of psychedelics. So once I saw how helpful it is, I know a lot of people that came to me to vent, came to me telling me about their lives. Like I said, I have a lot of my mentors. I will be the one they talk to about their problems and their traumas. And I'm looking around the black community, like a lot of these people are traumatized and carrying pain that they never healed. And they
Yeah.
can't always afford regular traditional therapists. And sometimes the traditional therapy is just trying to push drugs on you, just trying to get you medicated so they don't trust them.
One
But
thing I like what you said, man. You said I want to do this so you don't need me. And sometimes I see within therapy, and I'm for therapy and getting your mental right. Anybody, I'm for that. But I do see, just like in any form of medicine, sometimes they do it so they can continue to have you broken, so you can keep coming back. But I like what you're saying. Like, let me tune you up so you can run good.
exactly, because that's what my mentor actually told me. He said the goal is to hypnotize somebody one time and it be good. There's some other hypnotists they want you to keep coming back 3 times, keep coming back yearly, annually. My goal is I want to heal you and give you tools to heal yourself. My goal is to help people get freedom, mental freedom. So you don't have true mental freedom if you always got to come back to me. I want you to have the tools that you need to heal yourself.
You're unlocking those minds. So I know with some of the people that you have, some high profile people, there's no secret. You dealt with, work with Lupita, work with Charlemagne, the God, people like that. So when you're dealing with somebody who is dealing with, okay, business stress, professional stress, brand stress, all of those different things, what is kind of the approach to that?
The approach is that I want to find out exactly what's causing them any kind of stress and any kind of disturbance in their business. What are you trying to achieve, and what do you think is holding you back? And like I said before, the problem they tell me is usually never the problem. It's usually always something deeper than that. It all starts with me just building that rapport and having them trust me. Once they trust me, it becomes just an ordinary hypnosis session after that.
Yeah, that makes plenty of sense to me. It's almost like they just people at the end of the
Yeah,
day.
that's funny because when I was dealing with Yadera, she's the spiritual consultant for all these celebrities like Charlamagne the God, Lupito Nyong'o. She's the spiritual consultant. And dealing with her, it's crazy because you can tell she had a whole different type of energy to her. Like I walk in the room, her energy just felt heavy, it felt strong. Like it was to a point I was almost shaking because she had so much trauma, so much anxiety built up. But at the end of the session, like everything was just level headed. And we
Yeah.
was just talking. I was like, wow. So you deal with all these celebrities and you're so powerful, but at the end of the day, you're just a regular person.
Yeah, she's probably carrying some of their stresses too, and it wipes off on them. So how do you stay mentally like unlocked and mentally light with dealing with other people's stresses?
Man, that's something I had to learn. When I used to do hypnosis in the streets, I used to help a bunch of people. I'll be out there 2, 3 hours a day just hypnotizing a bunch of people. And I'll find that whatever I hypnotize somebody for, I'll start to take on whatever they was carrying. So if they're anxious and I did a hypnosis session for anxiety, I'll walk away, I'll start feeling anxious, my heart start pounding, I'm getting shortness of breath. And if they dealing with like alcohol addiction, I'll walk away wanting to drink. I don't even drink.
Wow.
Yeah, man. So it's like it's an exchange of energy. Whatever they dealing with is like I take it from them, and now I gotta find something to do with it. So what I do is sometimes I like to meditate. It helps me get my mind right and stay centered. Sometimes I just go clear my head, go for a walk. I like to do say a prayer before, say a prayer afterwards. And sometimes it depends on how heavy it is. I just get a whole day just to myself a day to like sleep and rest.
Wow, that's good that you found ways that you can keep yourself good while you're helping the world. Tell me a little bit about that too, because what can an everyday average person that hasn't quite been through hypnosis yet, but maybe wants to feels dragged down and maybe feels depressed or anxious or something like that? What's maybe a practice that they can do besides call you after this interview?
Yeah, for sure. Well, the first thing what I tell them, it always starts with awareness. First, you have to know what is causing you pain. Then when you know what's causing you pain, you got to keep going back to the first time you experienced this. Like, for example, I smoke weed to cure my anxiety. Okay, why am I anxious? Then you start writing down all the times you got anxious, and you look for the similarities and commonalities of it. And once you find it, you go back and keep going back to the very first time you ever felt anxious, the very first time you ever remember getting abused. You write down how you felt in that moment, write down all those emotions that come up, and you have to sit with it and allow yourself to actually process it. A lot of times we have dysfunctional lives because we're not dealing with what happened in the past, and we suppress all those feelings. Like you see guys walking around acting too tough, not knowing they have a lot of mental and emotional pain they're carrying and not knowing how to deal with it. So when it comes to releasing the emotions, my go-to is music. I tell people just make a playlist. You got to experience the full range of emotions. Play music that make you hype. Play music that make you angry, like get you full of ready to be violent, physical. Play music that make you sad, and play music that make you chill. Play about 3 songs for each category, and I want you to exaggerate the emotions. If you hype, be hyped to the fullest. If you sad, really be sad, be hysterically crying. I want you to exaggerate the emotions, let it all out. That way
Yeah.
you can. And when by the time you get to the end of that, it's like you press that reset button and get centered again.
I think, man, I've been doing that by accident, honestly. Like I really, because I think I go watch movies right on my own. That's like my mental therapy break, right? So I go watch movies on my own, and I'll go through all of those emotions during certain movies, and afterwards I feel good. Like I feel like I could just go ahead and keep it moving for the rest of the week. You know what I mean?
Right. You got to find what works for you. Like me, I love music. I grew up
Yeah,
with it. Some people like movies, some people like working out. So
yeah.
whatever works for you, you just got to find a way to make yourself present in the moment instead of running and trying to distract yourself. be present, actually explore your thoughts, explore your feelings, and what comes out, just allow it to come up.
I got you, man. So how does one find a person like you, or a person? How do we know if a person is legitimate, like they really know what they're doing when it comes to hypnotherapy? Because I don't want nobody putting me to sleep and then trying to take my wallet.
That's right. So it really is about the rapport. And an experienced hypnotherapist, you can tell right away. They're actually asking you questions, trying to find out about the root cause. They're not focused on what you just tell them. They focus on the surface level problems, and they're not money hungry. They truly want you to succeed. They telling you, giving you advice. They're attentive. They're listening to what you have to say. It's pretty much the same as finding a good therapist. You want a therapist that listens to what you have to say. You want a therapist that can be empathetic with you. You want a therapist that actually wants you to succeed and give you tips. And
yeah,
but the number one green flag, if they money hungry and they barely asking you any questions about yourself and trying to get deeper on your purpose, run.
No, I got you, man. Right now with Paul Thomas. For those just tuning in to Reec Radio Live, and those watching the YouTube channel right now and the Facebook live stream, we appreciate you guys. He's giving some great information on how to unlock the mind. Are there different levels of unlocking? So it sounds like you kind of give that key to the first level, and you're opening that person up to just be more open-minded. Is it more open-minded, or is it just a confidence builder? Or talk to me, because you help a lot of business people too.
Yeah, it really is more open-minded. I can only go as deep as you're willing to go. So if you come to me for the problem, and like I said before, it's usually never the problem you come to me for that's actually affecting you. And you just want to focus on the problem. You say, I want to stop smoking. I could say, okay, and just give you tips like, okay, this time just try smoking once a week. Now once every month. But if I'm not focusing on the deeper level of why you smoke, then you might be good for a while. Or you might get rid of smoking, but then replace it with a whole different habit. So it's all about how deep you're willing to go when it comes to your problems. You got to go as far as back as you can remember.
And get rid of that root issue.
Get rid of the root issue. It's like the medical system now. They give you all these pills and stuff to help you deal with the side effect, but they don't help you with the root issue. So you keep coming back. Or you, with the problem you had goes away, but now you get a whole different problem. I come to you because my knee hurts. You give me some pain pills, and now my shoulder hurts or something.
Got you. How deep are you into this now? Because I know you certified hypnotherapist, like you got degrees, my brother. But what about other levels of just mental health? Are you diving into anything else?
Yeah, so right now I'm actually doing life coaching right now. So not only do I hypnotize you, I want to find out your goals, and then I'll create a 3-month success plan for you. Like whatever your goals is, a 3-month mental and business success plan.
I got you, man. I appreciate that.
It's to eventually create my own therapy. I want to certify other people and help them get clients, because there is a need for this in the Black community. This is a lot quicker than traditional therapy, and there's not that many Black people doing this. And the only reason I felt comfortable getting certified and getting hypnotized is because I found my Black mentor.
Got you. You saw something of yourself within them.
Exactly.
Got you. Hey man, wouldn't it be dope if you had like somebody, your wife or whoever you married to, y'all could just hypnotize each other to be great?
The funny thing is, my girlfriend right now, she is somewhat of an hypnotist too. She works in the mental health field. She is a spiritual life coach. So we be giving each other therapy sessions. And I was like, man, if I would have looked back, 10-year-old me thinking that my life would have ended up this way, I would have never believed it. One, I'm a Black hypnotist for a living, and two, I have a girlfriend who's also in the mental health space, and she's a spiritual life coach. So we giving each other therapy sessions all the time.
All right, selfish question: how can I hypnotize my kids to do the dishes?
Oh man, they got really do the dishes, man. It's funny you ask that too, because I remember one of my friends, she got me to hypnotize her son to stop lying, and that worked for all of 2 weeks.
Wow.
He went straight back to mine.
So how does that work though? So you're able to hypnotize him, get him to see a better way, right? But then he retracts. What the retraction? Where does that come from?
That comes from you not truly wanting to change. That's like people saying you can try to help somebody as much as they want, but if they don't want to help themselves, if they don't want to receive that help, it's pointless. So that's why I ask people before hypnotizing them, is this something you truly want, or is this something you just think you should stop doing? If you truly want to stop smoking, you're going to do everything in your power to stop smoking.
Right. I'm going to give you the tool to stop. And then if you want to use that tool, you have it. But if you don't want to use that tool, then it's just like a hammer. I got nails sticking up and I got a hammer, but I don't really want to hammer this thing down.
Exactly. Let's go back to the example of the gatekeeper. If you hire me, I'm a contractor. Now, you can hire me to go in. Now, if I come in and I'm working on your wall, I can say, yo, this one needs fixing too. But if you don't want me to fix that one, there's nothing I can do, and that wall is always going to be broken.
Right. Right. Oh man, that makes plenty of sense. I'm glad that you're able to equivocate it to something that we can actually see. Tell people while they tuned in how they can get in touch with you.
You can get in touch with me right now on Instagram at Speak Life Hypnosis. That's Speak Life Hypnosis on Instagram. I got a website up right now, but we putting the final touches on it. I'm gonna do a launch program, and once we do that, that will be speaklife.com as well. But right now, I'm mostly taking clients online that Speak Life Hypnosis. There, I'm dropping motivational videos. I'm dropping mental health tips, and I'm just clarifying mental health in general, putting it in easy terms for you to understand.
And we appreciate you for it, my brother. Make sure that you follow him. We tagged him on our Reec Radio Instagram page too. If you are guys are following us, it'll be on this live chat too on the YouTube stream as well as the Facebook streams. We appreciate you guys listening in, man. Thank you so much for this information. And the last question, do you do virtual sessions as well? Because I know everybody dealing with the CDC and all these guidelines.
Right now, for the past year, almost all of my sessions have been virtual. And it works the same way. I go through the exact same processes. It just take a little bit longer, and it works just the same. And actually, about a week ago, I did my first just phone call. I hypnotized somebody just talking on the phone. I couldn't see his face, none of that. And I wasn't sure how it was going to work, so I let him know ahead of time, but it ended up working great. It's something called conversational hypnosis. So it's like I don't necessarily have to put you to sleep. We can just have a conversation, and by the end of our conversation, you'll be healed and won't even recognize what just happened.
That's righteous. I'm going to go ahead. You got another client right now interviewing you.
Let me know, man. We can get you situated.
No doubt, man. Once again, thank you for tuning in with us and being a part of the show. You're not a friend of the show. We'll be bringing you back because we like to promote mental health and different ways to get there for people. We got so many people right now dealing with different things, man. Stress is a life. You talking about employment, people being sick, people losing people. And then you got your household in disarray because everybody's in each other's face still. So, man, all of that stuff is needed these days.
Thanks, man. And let me know, too. I was looking forward to coming to the studio, man. When you guys open up again, I'd definitely like to come on and hypnotize somebody right on camera.
Oh, absolutely. So next time you come, we'll schedule that soon. I got just the person I want you to hypnotize. I know exactly who I need you to hypnotize. Right?
It's usually always the ones who think they can't be hypnotized that be the easiest.
Exactly. That's exactly who I want. That's exactly why. Yep. All right, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, the live chat that's been tuning in with us. We about to get back into this mix. Before we do, go ahead and give you a Reese's Peace of Mind. A Pops Knows Best today. It's just like this brother said when he was on this live call right here. You can use the tools to get better, or you can stay the way you are with the tools in your hand, but it's got to be your choice. The tools do not matter if you're not willing to use those tools. So we appreciate that information right there. You guys keep moving, keep trying to build up that positivity, and we about to get up out of here and get back to this mix. I appreciate you again. Speak Life Hypnosis on Instagram, a.k.a. Paul Thomas, the hypnosis to the stars. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
I appreciate you, man. You guys have a great one.
For sure.